Hey, what's going on, everyone? My name is Donovan, and today I'm out at the Sleepy Hollow State Park in an attempt to break the FKT for the trail. It is a 10.8 mile trail, so we're just going to go ahead and give it a try. The current record stands, or the current FKT stands at 1 hour, 16 minutes, and 42 seconds, which is a 7:06 pace per mile. So my goal is just to be under that, but preferably under 7 minutes flat.
One, two, three, four.
All right, so something I forgot to mention a little bit earlier is today happens to be August 8th, which to most of you probably doesn't mean a whole lot, but for me it actually is my birthday. Today is my 38th birthday, in fact, so I thought what better way to celebrate my 38th birthday than try to attack an FKT for the very first time ever. So I've never done an FKT before, so I thought I should start out a little bit small. This one's only a 10.8 mile FKT. The pace is actually quite fast. That 7:04, believe it or not, is for the trails that I'm going to be running on. This actually is not even part of the trail. I'm going to do a little bit of a warm-up, and then I'm going to get to the actual trail. This is very tame compared to most of what I'll be running on, because it's very twisty and turny. There are parts of it where running under 7 flat will be easy. I've run on these trails 1,000 times before. I grew up 6 miles north of here, and the south end of the trail, so if I'm turning around back behind me on the other side of the lake right over there, so there's a lake right back there, which I'll show you in a little bit. That part of the trail is very, very hilly, very twisty, very technical. So if I head over here, the west side of the trail, so on the west side of the lake, that part is pretty easy. Not super technical. That one I can probably get moving on. And then if I go over here to the east, where the sun's coming up right now, and yes, the porta potty's right there. But if I go over to the east, that part also is very runnable. That's actually where I'm going to be starting from the trailhead, the east part. And that part, running under 7 minute pace, will probably not be too hard. But then the other part that's pretty difficult is the north. So the north and the south are definitely the hardest parts of the trail. The east and the west are going to be the easier parts where I can move a little bit faster. So again, the goal is to run under 7 flat, but really ultimately to get the FKT is more important than running under 7 flat. So it is a beautiful morning. I think it's about, let's see, what does my watch say? Well, my watch doesn't say it anymore, but I think it's about 60 degrees out. So maybe a little bit on the warm side, but overall it's going to be a beautiful day to give this a try. The grass is going to be very, very wet because it's full of dew right now, but we'll deal with that. So I'll have some pretty wet shoes when I get back, but yeah, should be fun. Let's get after it. All right, so I'm out here on my cool down jog, going real slow. So the goal was to hit, there were 2 goals. One goal was to, of course, get the FKT, which again was 1:16:42. The second goal, which was a little bit more difficult, was to break 7 flat on these trails. And I'm happy to say that I did both of those, with the exception
of mile 7, between mile 7 and 8, so it would have been mile 8 really. Every mile was under 7 flat, and you may be able to see from my shoulder, I got a nice scar in my elbow and on my knee because I took a nice hard fall during that mile because I was passing somebody with a dog and paid attention to the dog and not the trail, and took a nice hard fall. So that mile was 7:18, but outside of that one, every other mile was around 6:50 or just a little bit under that or just over it every mile. So overall, great run. Ended up running 1:13, what was it, 1:13:30 I believe was the time. So I'll put the Strava information in there. So I think it was 1:13:30. I think the average time was like 6:50, and yeah, just overall really great. So improved the FKT by about 3 minutes, but to be fair, the guy who had the FKT ran it when during COVID, and the trails weren't really being taken care of at that time. So I'm sure if he wanted to come back and take it now that the trails are a little cleaner, not such tall grass, and they're actually a little drier probably than when he did it too, because he did it back in June. So the trail conditions were good, but that doesn't make them easy trails. These are tough trails. This is one of the easy parts I was talking about. Actually, this trail I'm on right now isn't even part of the actual FKT. This is a inner trail. But yeah, overall, great day. Excited to be able to break the FKT on my 30th birthday, and who knows, maybe I'll do some more of these. This one obviously was a shorter one that I thought was pretty doable on trails I was very familiar with, so I had that advantage. But yeah, excited, and till the next time, peace.